And we're back with our full hour of movie reviews today on the Screen Team, and we are doing movies that I have picked for this full hour. We've done a lot of good stuff. We've done the new Harry Potter spin-off film. We've done movies like DuckTales, The Treasure of the Lost Lamp.
You're so awesome.
It's a classic, I tell you. And I'm being joined by Sabrina to review another classic. This one is called Father Goose. Now, you might not be familiar with the film title. This was a movie made back in 1964, and it stars Cary Grant. Everybody knows Cary Grant. Everybody loves Cary Grant. But this is a film where he doesn't play the suave kind of guy.
He's not so charming.
He's definitely not very, very charming. I was first introduced to this film, I think, by my parents. We'd watch it on a Saturday or a Sunday night kind of thing, and we loved it. It was funny, But the reason I wanted to review it, and especially with you, Sabrina, is because the two main characters kind of remind me of us.
Well,
to an extent.
Extreme versions of us.
To an extent. Cary Grant's character in this film, he's a drunk. He's
a loner.
He's a loner.
Dude's living abroad in some fantastic islands, pulling a dinghy behind an old yacht that he got off of a dude for $400.
Well, the basic storyline is this is set during World War II, and the war is in full force. And like you said, he's on this island, and he's being kind of
reclusive.
He's kind of suckered in to living on this island for the British Navy to spot Japanese airplanes as they go by, so he can radio it in and let the British Navy know about it. So that's his basic job in this movie.
And he does it because they tricked him. This guy in the British Navy knows him well enough from the islands and encounters that he manipulates him into doing everything he wants him to do in order to get their job done, even so far as to bash in a hole in his boat so that he can't leave after he agrees to do it.
Right.
And then hides the liquor around the island. And every time he reports in a successful spotting of the Japanese planes, they give him the coordinates of a bottle of whiskey.
Right. So then something interesting happens. He has to go and save another member of his spotting crew.
Yeah, on a different island.
On a different island, but he can't find him because he passed away. But what he finds out is something he never expected. He finds a school teacher and 6 or 7 schoolgirls. He's got to transport him from this island back to his other island and
a dinghy.
In a dinghy. And try to get them rescued by the British Navy. But the British Navy at the time, it's World War II, and they can't blow their cover, so they've got to stick on this island for a good month or two before they can get rescued. And that's where the comedy ensues.
And the girls work very cohesively with the teacher and taking over his shack, hiding the rest of his booze, confiscating his clothing to make clothing for themselves. And they just really send him over the edge.
Which gets to the point of how this movie reminds of us.
Yeah.
To an extent, because the female character Leslie Caron reminds me of you, because she just drives Cary Grant crazy in this film, like you do to me every single day of our lives.
You're gonna change whether you like it or not.
I love how he talks to her. He'll be like, she'll be like, "Oh, you need to do this and this and this and this," and he's like, "Shut up, lady."
Yeah, he doesn't hold back on her at all, and she doesn't seem to be. She just kind of waves her hand in the air and dismisses him,
just like you do to me.
And she's got him outnumbered, literally,
with the other girls. And I love how he interacts with the other girls. He's like, "Beat it, get out of here,"
Yeah, and they all just adore him. He even gets one little girl that doesn't speak ever since she was separated from her parents, to speak. Mm-hmm. And then she brings him a bottle of whiskey. Friends for life. It's pretty crazy. It's an adorable movie.
Yeah.
And I was fascinated by each of the characters. Even though they sound very one-dimensional, they are not. Mm-hmm. And they do a great job of kind of sucking you into their one-dimensionality. I think the storyline is great. As far as it being the kind of movie when it was made and the actors who are in it. If they tried to do a movie like that now, it would fail miserably. But because it was made when it was made and who was in it and the kind of content that it has is perfect for then, and it's a great nostalgic movie.
It really is. One of my favorite scenes is Leslie Caron's character thinks that she gets bitten by a snake. And all the snakes on the island are poisonous. So she thinks it's, that it's over for her, basically. And,
they all do.
And Cary Grant is trying to make her feel comfortable and stuff like that. So he gets a bottle of whiskey. And, he's trying to numb her down or whatever. And it's just really, really good chemistry between the two of them in that scene.
Well, they end up getting married, don't they?
Yeah, and that's another funny point. They keep radio in to the British Navy, and they're always arguing. They're always bickering, and they got code names for each other. Cary Grant is his Mother Goose, and somebody else is Little Bo Peep, but Cary Grant and Leslie Caron have names for each other. Goody Two Shoes and the Filthy Beast.
Yeah.
So one of the scenes is they're like, we're going to need a priest. And they're like, oh, no, what happened? Did they kill each other because they were arguing so much and whatever? They're like, no, we're getting married. And they're like, Goody Two Shoes and the Filthy Beast are getting married? You're Goody Two Shoes.
Yeah. That's debatable.
So, like you said, it's a good movie. I think it's a good family movie. Some people might not like it because it's got that, old classic movie flavor, but I think it's a good movie for the entire family.
Yes, I just don't think very many under the age of 25 or 30 are going to appreciate the content because it's all about war and what that kind of did to people. So,
yeah.
In an age now where it's a different type of war that we have to view.
All right, before we move on to King Kong, we're going to have Michael in to do King Kong. I know you wanted to promote something coming up here in just a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, I do. We've got an awesome collection of artists from around the country brought to us by producer Kim Schrum out of Nashville, Tennessee. And they are young singer-songwriters. They're all going to be on stage at the Tenon Center at 7 o'clock on December 1st.
A Christmas concert,
all
right?
Christmas music. They're going to do a couple of their individual recorded singles that they've got, and our Poplar Bluff's own Kyle Richards is leading the pack. So We're really excited, and the Kiwanis Club and Roland Family Dentistry has put together this show, and we're excited because it's all going to benefit the all-inclusive playground efforts of Kiwanis Club at Bacon Park.
And where can people get tickets at?
They can get them at the Chamber of Commerce. They can contact any one of the Kiwanis Club members, and of course they can get them at the door.
All right, that's happening December 1st.
December 1st at 7 o'clock.
All right, coming up after the break, we're going to review King Kong, the original. Sabrina didn't want to watch it because it'll make her cry.
It makes me cry.
It's coming up next right here on KWOC.